PlayStation isn't deleting Discovery shows after all. We appreciate your ongoing support and feedback. In a major change in course, PlayStation will no longer delete Discovery content from PlayStation users' libraries. The gaming giant had previously announced plans to remove Disney related content earlier this month. At the time, Sony said, due to our content licensing arrangements with content providers, you will no longer be able to watch any of your previously purchased Discovery content, and the content will be removed from your video library. It was a shocking moment that dealt a blow to those who prefer to purchase their entertainment digitally instead of physically. Discovery's offerings include the likes of Through the Wormhole with Morgan Freeman, Mythbusters, Tanked, and much more. I saw a haunting on there also. If Discovery content was being removed, what else was in danger? However, in an update to its website, PlayStation revealed that things have changed. At this time, there are no longer any plans to remove purchased Discovery content. Due to updated licensing arrangements, the Discovery content removal plan for December 31st, 2023 is no longer occurring, the statement says. We appreciate your ongoing support and feedback. As reported by Games Industry Biz, the updated licensing agreement refers to a new
Mm.
deal with Discovery owner Warner Brothers, which will allow users to access their purchased content for at least the next 30 months. Similar to other services, we do not own the licensing rights to TV movie content that was previously available for purchase on PlayStation Store, the company said. However, we've worked with Warner Brothers to update our licensing agreements, ensuring that consumers will be able to access their previously purchased content for at least the next 30 months. PlayStation users have been unable to purchase or rent movies and shows since 2021. I just want to
Mm.
go see what the comments are on this. Uh, let's see. This isn't a solution, it's a stopgap. It's one thing to have a deal where, after a period of time, they no longer offer certain shows or
Mm.
movies for sale. That happens all the time. I purchase movies on Vudu that can no longer be purchased, but I'm still able to watch that movie when whenever I want because I bought it before Vudu's license to sell it expired. It's another thing entirely to negotiating deals where a company like Warner can remove purchased content from a customer's account. That's not a purchase, it's a long term rental.
Mm.
The new contract just extends that long term rental by 2.5 years. There needs to be litigation to protect customers from having the digital content stolen back from them. Says
Oh yeah.
Voodoo can do the same thing. You don't actually own anything on Voodoo either. They're just paying to have their content still watchable. If they let shows and movies disappear, their entire business model will crumble, but they're able to pull those purchases away from you at any given time legally. And it says buying digital games is literally paying for long term rentals. You're not paying for the games, you're paying for a license to use the games for as long as the publisher wants to let you. More like they didn't want to deal with the onslaught of lawsuits pulling up from this debacle. They're going to revise the terms and conditions fine print prior to 30-month expiration period to avoid any litigation in the future. Warner Brothers has always said they will continue to delete shows off other platforms, including Final Space, even if you have bought it on Amazon for tax cuts. There is nothing can do about it, and Disney says it's going to do the same thing. So, um, email Sony and ask them why my purchase Discovery shows are being deleted off Amazon and see what they say. There was multiple articles online about it if you need more info. This is on Warner Brothers, not Sony. Warner has been pulling shows from everywhere, even stuff people own. You go around pretending this is on Sony, but it's not. Um, it's good to it won't be removed for now. Still ridiculous at 30 months. Users could be going through the same thing. Purchase digital goods need to be guaranteed. This is why you need to go physical. There's a lot more comments. I'm not going to read them all.
Oh
I think
yeah.
we get the point. Um, Honestly, I think it's on Sony because it's like Sony said, okay, we're going to delete these shows. We're going to if you even if you purchase them, we're going to delete them. Then a lot of negative feedback came, and then Sony's like, "Hey, we got a new deal, 2.5 years, your content's safe."
Mm.
I think honestly, I think it's Sony was like, I think Sony didn't want to pay Warner Brothers or Discovery, and Warner Brothers Discovery was like, "Fine, you don't want to pay us, we want our content off, even from your customers who bought it," and
Which is
Sony
bad.
And Sony was willing to do that, and then all the negative feedback happens, and then all of a sudden Sony has a new deal with Discovery, just out of the blue.
Imagine when they experimented on the public at first. Like whoever was the original plan was to delete everything off the Discovery Store and all. Oh, now all of a sudden we changed our mind, guys. Sorry about that. We understand your perspective and all, you customers.
It's like that South Park joke, like when you see like a person petting the panda. We're sorry.
And
We're sorry.
sexual harassment, panda.
Oh, that was something different, but
Right.
yeah,
Yes.
honestly, I think it's just like it's kind of like that. So it's another drawback with digital. What you own digitally, you can, it's like let's see what we can get away with. They tried the all digital, always online Xbox One, and basically even Xbox loyalists were like, "Screw you, Sony. Tell me more about that PS4 of yours."
Oh yeah.
And then what's the next thing happens? Microsoft says, "Okay, there won't be online DRM. There won't be console
Mhm.
doesn't have to connect every 24 hours." They basically reversed everything that they said the Xbox One was gonna have. Um, it's kind of like experiment. Like, let's see what we can get away with if there's no big drawback at the time. If
Oh
there's no
yeah.
big uprising with complaints, we can do it. If not, we'll just try it again later. So yeah, I mean, you can't purchase Discovery content now anyway. You can only watch it if you've already purchased it.
Which makes sense though to have that kind of policy and also that format, because not every person who buys their content is going to watch it right away, let alone watch it within a matter of like minutes or not even days after buying the content. So they bought it because it was on sale or because they want to get it out of the way. Make sure that they watch it with a family or friend on during the holiday season, and it's like the month is October at the time. You know what I'm saying? All that
Yep.
stuff go into play, and that's what we were doing with Bayonetta and all on the Xbox. What I mentioned earlier in this podcast, where it's like, how can you just like delete something off the screen or the library, and I paid even if it is discounted full price and all, and just gonna delete it off and not say it and lie to my face. Oh, you deleted Doctor Games. So it's kind of stupid at first, like. But you gotta enforce the law. You gotta enforce your rights as a consumer, whether you like it or not. To do it, because obviously these customers, these companies are looking out for themselves for to save a few bucks at a time. So
Yeah. So I mean, to comment on what Doctor Games 101 said, uh, I bought weeks ago. I bought Back to the Future, the complete trilogy, and the Tim Burton Batman collection on DVD. I still haven't opened them. Um, but at least I got the DVDs. They're unopened. So like, if my internet ever does go out, but my power's still on, I can watch those DVDs if I ever want, or if I ever get the craving to watch Batman Returns, which I don't really remember that well, or the original Batman, which I've only seen clips of. I can
oh
watch
yeah,
them anytime. They're on DVD.
yeah,
Um,
the game, like the movie companies are gonna come into your door and be like, "Hey, we want our DVDs back."
right.
That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that happen because I because there would be a big change. The one time someone said we want our movies back, and they were greeted by a shotgun.
Yeah, it'd be like some Gestapo style type of raid.
Yeah.
Like
So
all invading all parts of the United States within the last 10 years.
yeah. So I mean, yeah, I'd like to see that because that would not work out too well for the people trying to collect the movies back.
Especially out in
Um.
the Midwest where there's a lot of guns in that area.
Yeah. Yeah. So the people.
Like you the Lord, Sheriff, you try to discredit my DVDs for me? How could you, Sheriff? Now I'm gonna shoot you, Sheriff. Bam.
Yeah. So good luck trying. Good luck if that's. But I mean, that's the only way. That's the great thing about physical media. Unless the media gets destroyed, because you didn't take care of it, or it was in an environment like where moisture got to it and wrecked it, or if it's
Pressure
like, lost in a fire, or if it's like stolen. Those are the only ways you can lose it.
or pressure. Like I might see some cracks on the DVD from a pressurized area. Like if you get dust stacked towards DVDs on top of each other, or a heavy object underneath the object, with the DVD.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So
So
I mean, Yeah, so I got a bunch of DVDs over from me. I still got my video cabinet, which is falling apart, which it still holds the
Hey,
DVDs. So,
my armoire is falling apart too, my friend. So you're not the only one.
well, no, it's just it's one of those old style video cabinets with like a key. Um, but like when I moved down here, I didn't empty out the cabinet. I just um I just had it taped shut. So like when I tried moving the video cabinet, it like started to fall apart. So it's like, well, it's I'm
Mm,
not gonna touch it until I'm ready to get rid of it. But at the same, then I'm gonna need something else for all my DVDs. So it's like just
yeah, I
leave it
understand.
alone.
Definitely.
But I also got like on my bed I have the VHS tape of Liar Liar. I think my VCR DVD combo. I think the VCR player still works. I just need to clean the heads. I have the VHS tape head cleaner. Um,
Well, that's good. At least got something to clean them with.
yeah, so you're just supposed to run that tape, and then it's supposed to clean it on its own. I If I want to play, I can check out that video. I can, so like I can watch Liar Liar on VHS tape anytime I want. I can with Jim Carrey. I can watch, um, I can watch. I got like RV, you know, because I'm keeping the movies that my mom had that I'm interested in and selling
Oh,
what
yeah.
I don't care about.
Hmm.
Yeah, so those movies I can watch anytime I want as long as they still work, and no company can take that away unless they want to deal with the gun in their ribs.
Hmm.